right. We are back. Hello, chat. Hello, everyone. Thank you again for joining us today for day 2 of our Creative Jam Twitch Takeover launch week. Lots of new applications. Again, if you haven't already downloaded the updates to Creative Cloud, or maybe you haven't even seen them pop up because you've been working non-stop for 48 hours, do a quick restart on your machine. You will see these updates available to you. Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere, After Effects, Audition, Adobe Media Encoder, and more. And today, of course, for day 2, we are joined by Matt, Proko, and Rob. We're going to do some amazing illustration on iPads today. Matt, start with you. So yesterday, you did some interesting, you were using sort of the pencil emulation, the graphic pencil emulation today. You wanted to do something a little bit different today. What were you thinking about?
I'm going to play around with the watercolor brushes today and try to create a painting. Yesterday was a drawing, so today we're going to do some painting.
Okay, excellent. Proko, now you're actually hearing,
I'm hearing
what's going on right now.
Yes.
So, what are you going to be working on today?
I'm going to do a figure drawing, and I'm going to use my app to pose Skelly, the skeleton, and then I'm gonna start with a skeleton, add muscles on top, and we'll see where it goes. All
right, nice, exciting, excellent. Okay, and Rob, now yesterday I can't even tell you, I'm anxiously awaiting the print, and we should probably show, they didn't really get to see the final version yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Should we show Flash Sloth?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
right. Slash the floth.
Slash the floth.
Yeah, so
that is a difficult one to say.
That's him.
Dude.
Yeah, he's fast.
Rocking. Right. Exactly. Oh my gosh, look at that detail on the face.
Yeah, he's moving at the speed of something.
Oh, man. That's amazing. Okay, so we have to get that printed too. We want to see that on paper. So what are you going to work on today?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. Perfect. Excellent. Man after my own heart.
Shout out to Cliff 1F.
All right, Cliff 1F. All right, so everybody, so many people, I want that slot. All right, so we've got 3 amazing artists here. We're just going to let them start working and kind of carry the conversation. If you've got questions about the stuff they're doing, ask in the chat. That's what we're here for. We've got 2 hours to create some magic, to print some magic. And how many prints are we giving away, Michael? 555. 15 chances to win. But you've got to be here. All right. I almost said you've got to pay to play. That doesn't apply here at all.
You have to come.
No meaning whatsoever. But we want to hear from you. We want to hear what you're thinking, how much you've enjoyed what you've seen so far. And all right, guys, let's get to it. So,
cool.
Who wants to kind of kick it off here? Anything? Oh, so there's your reference today.
Well, yeah, okay. But I don't know. I mean, I don't think they could see this.
Yeah.
Well, that's not my reference. I'm gonna pose him. This is just what the last pose I made.
We're looking at a sort of 3D.
I don't know. How can they see
3D
it?
skeleton. Yeah.
Can they see it?
Yeah.
You
might be able to plug in.
Right. Plug it in?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, do I just plug this card?
No, we can certainly.
Swap it out.
We have the technology.
High tech. Silicon Valley.
Legacy says I should draw 2. Legacy, I would
definitely.
There it is. Awesome. So there's Skelly. He's breakdancing.
As he does.
Oh.
So I'm just gonna.
Rock steady.
Yeah.
I'm gonna choose something else though. I don't want him to breakdance.
So Jamal Troll's asking, can we import custom brushes into the app? Can we customize our brushes in the app? Which app specifically?
Must be talking about Sketch.
Sketch, of course, yes.
Both yes if it's Sketch.
Yeah.
Break a bone.
Nice.
Yeah.
Legacy, I could try. I can do very minimal things, but I think having Nuncio 78, what's up? I think having these 3 sort of masters here, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm very intimidated. So, no drawing for me today. Maybe at the end. Yeah. Just to see what I'm truly incapable of doing. Although, the truth is, sitting here, being around this much talent, you feel inspired to do it, right? You feel like you want to do it, and that's kind of the point. And actually, even last night, I did go back. I did draw at the last event. That's right. It was interesting. Thank you, Finch. Very kind of you to say.
I think I got my pose ready.
All right, you've got your pose. Excellent.
I'm gonna unplug it.
Okay.
But that's my pose.
That's the pose we're gonna do.
Got it.
Yeah.
Right.
Am I able to transfer this in here? so I can look at it.
Yeah, if you
With
a screenshot
Yeah.
using AirDrop.
Yeah, well, I can save it first. Let's
Yeah.
see, library.
save it as a still. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna share it. Come on. Okay.
Legacy of Pi saying, Proko, by the way, just want to say, enjoyed your drawing lessons on YouTube.
Well, thank you.
All right. Oh, and but had to stop watching because I had to go back to school. Might pick it up again when graduation happens. So, okay.
What? They're so short.
Probably
Gotta
something
go to
you guys
school.
do. Knows
What kind of
said.
school did you go to?
Yeah.
How much are you paying?
Ihajo in Dubai says, can we get a death metal skeleton playing a guitar?
Oh, well, I already got my pose ready.
Right.
It's somebody flying through the air.
That's
Maybe
right.
I'll add a guitar behind him. Let's see. All right, so how do I? Is this gonna show up on the AirDrop?
Yes, so let's see.
Oh, I'm not on Wi-Fi.
Oh, that would definitely. We have to make sure we're on the same network.
Should
as the
work.
one on here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna get that sorted. I just saw a comment from Matt. Oh, Brooke Everhart just says, "Go, Matt."
Thank
some
you.
love.
Thank you, Brooke.
Michael, are they on mesh? The iPads, or
Mesh, what do you mean?
which Wi-Fi are they on?
Oh, is this the
Mesh.
music that's playing?
Oh yeah, something wrong.
You can hear the music.
Yes. Here.
It's inspiring.
Technical difficulties.
And
There you go.
Alright, so what else? Any suggestions out there? I think I'm gonna do something with a squid. I don't know yet.
I like the squid idea. I think that's good.
Yeah, I think it'd be kind of dope. Squid! Calamari.
Which one of these?
Thank you, gamer dude.
There's two of them.
Bird is the word. That's right.
Bird.
We are doing a bird, watercolor bird. Let's see what happens with the watercolor.
Activate
Bird is the word.
the AirDrop to set.
On here?
Yeah.
Ah.
See what's going on. Squids. Yeah, I need something.
Bird.
Mm-hmm.
Accept.
Boom.
Yes.
Sweet. Okay, this is your phone.
Yeah. It's
I
mine.
did that yesterday, didn't I? Just took it. So, while everyone's starting here, I was talking with Proko yesterday, and I was really very interested in his experience with the pencil, specifically because, as you mentioned yesterday, it's your first time doing this on here, and what the feel was like, and kind of what you were feeling as you were doing it, and if this made you want to, think about different ways to draw today, and maybe you could tell some of the viewers today what we were talking about, and just kind of your experience, thinking about it afterwards.
Well, yeah, it is. It's different because I'm so used to traditional media where I could feel the paper. It gives me feedback on what the pencil's doing, and I can control my strokes a lot better. Whereas with the tablet, it's very slick, and I can't really get that feedback. But it just gets it's you got to get used to it, and I think eventually you don't notice it if you do it more.
Right.
But yeah, we'll see how I do. So how do I import that image that I just got? Maybe Rob knows.
Yeah, Rob.
Rob, do you know how to import an image from the photo gallery? There you go. Nice.
Didn't I just hit that button?
You did,
I
and it
did.
didn't do it
On iPad.
on my iPad.
This is probably why I don't use a pencil or fingers on devices like this. They just don't seem to.
There you go.
And you can of course adjust the opacity as well.
Well, I'm not gonna trace it.
Just reference.
I'm just gonna reference it. Yeah. Unless, I mean, I guess I could just trace it. Let's see. Oops. Yeah. I'm just gonna add muscles right on top of this guy.
So Matt is already fast at work.
Fast at work. Speed early on, and then slow down.
Bird reference there.
I've got the bird reference from Adobe Stock.
So we're definitely working a lot of Adobe Stock into everything. Now, had you guys, anyone, Rob or Proko or Matt, had you kind of experienced Adobe Stock in the last couple of months since we've really been promoting it a lot?
I've seen it pop up, but I haven't really been using it that much. But when I did go looking for this image, it was pretty impressive.
Sort of found what you wanted
right.
very quickly.
Yeah, very impressive.
I know, Rob, you've been perusing it for quite some time, right?
Yeah. What I like most about it is the fact that I can just go ahead and save my previews. And if I decide like, hey, this is something that I need a license,
Right.
click a button, that watermark is removed,
Yep.
pay my little change, and
That's right.
it's there.
That's right.
It's there.
Sweet.
And those are some of the benefits too. We were mentioning yesterday again that in the newest releases, updated yesterday, particularly for like Premiere, After Effects, they now have the same stock workflow that you have in Photoshop and Illustrator, where you can bring it in, you have filtered search, and you can license directly in the app, directly in the timeline or the comp, without even going back to the library, without doing anything, and all of your changes, everything you've done to it is retained. It's just such a fluid, slick workflow, right? It just makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
And cuts out a whole lot of steps that you had to do before.
All right, so I'm seeing squids, octopi.
Trying to figure out something to mix the octopus with. So if there's any suggestions out there.
Oyster sauce. Oh no, that's not. It's very tasty with oyster sauce.
Are you going to combine the
Marinara.
octopus with another animal, or?
I can do it with another animal. I can have it doing something it usually doesn't. Main reason why I want 8 legs here is because I want to experiment with ink. So if anybody out there got
some
like,
suggestions,
recommendation,
yeah.
let's go.
Sam
Boxer.
DiBiase,
That might
Proko,
be it, though.
online student of Watts Atelier. Have you kept in touch with Jeff Watts?
Not as much as I'd like to. I see him every once in a while, but yeah, I'd like to see him a little more.
Squid with a space helmet.
That's kind of cool.
That's a
That
good
is kind
idea.
of cool.
That's pretty. That actually that sounds like that could work.
Yeah,
Octopus
it
is
actually could work.
sitting on a bottle of ink from Present Fox.
That's a good idea.
Robot octopus. Office octopus. Tentacles and booty from Fluids.
I don't draw booty.
Yeah.
Still got that.
My mom's
It's
is on the
X
net,
Right.
so I want my
Oh,
mom
yeah,
to
no.
see me drawing
Yeah.
booty. Like,
Octopus firefighter. Nuncio 78. Space squid.
you're shooting out ink at a fire.
Yeah.
I like so far that helmet got it.
Octopus attacking Golden Gate Bridge.
I would love to come back here.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I mean, it's super possible to do
Right.
because that'll give me an opportunity to use capture. And
Right.
with capture, I can
That's right.
basically stamp in the Golden Gate
I was going to
Bridge.
stamp it in, create your vector, and just keep moving from there.
Yeah, but yeah, I still got to roam around this place.
Okay. Space helmet and ray gun. Swallowing shark. Boxing squid.
Boxing squid, yeah.
Mhm.
My octagon, no, my octopus Lee or something like that. I was trying to do something with Muhammad.
Samurai squid.
Ahmed. I don't know. That might be a real name. Let me quit. King Kong. I did a Rob Kong before. Like I was climbing up like gigantic pencils. Yeah, I was slapping art supplies out the air. So, baseball. Well, I love baseball, but I don't know yet. Donald Trump squid.
So changing the subject, hey everyone, Proko's birthday is tomorrow.
Yes.
So
Happy
be
birthday.
sure to wish him an early happy birthday today and 2 times as many happy birthdays tomorrow.
Yes.
Word. Go Proko.
Yeah.
Man, we would have celebrated last night, B.
Well, it's
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Space to
Right.
Yeah, but why, I mean, might as well start now. It's tomorrow
Yeah.
somewhere.
That is true.
Oh yeah, you as an octopus. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, like with the.
Often
do
wondered
it
what I
too.
would look like as an octopus.
You want to go for it?
Sure thing.
I need a picture of you.
I know, that's right. Another time.
Another time?
Unless you really want to do it.
You can take a picture of Jason with the iPad.
Yeah.
That is true.
You wanna selfie it up real quick?
Sure.
Let's go for it. I'll let you command it and you flip it over.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Y'all gonna see the true green screen now.
Okay. What's there? Okay, you want me just looking, just straight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it. Ooh, y'all cut. So we got them. We got the octopi. Now what exactly do with the tentacles?
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
My head with hair tentacles. Squiddle Jace. Squid top hat. All right.
Make you like a SpongeBob coworker.
Yeah. Ooh, nice. I love SpongeBob. Do you like SpongeBob?
He's cool.
You know what I used to do is when I first started filming myself, I made a SpongeBob cutout
Yeah.
of his face and I put a hole in the middle for my lens, right where his nose is, and I put it on my lens so I'd be talking to SpongeBob.
Oh, nice.
So that the
Nice.
camera wasn't so intimidating.
See how we
Squidward.
gonna work this out.
Yeah.
I like the fact now that they allow you to add more than one photo
Yes.
on here. Whoever did that, like, thank you. Let's go back, and I think this other stuff fell under. Should have been in the screenshots. Where did the other stuff go?
Ooh, Gumball. Gumball's a good one too, Nuncio. I should have known you like Gumball. Indeed. But you know, my current favorite is still Uncle Grandpa. Do you know Uncle Grandpa?
Good morning.
Good morning. Uncle Grandpa, Pizza Steve, Mr. Gus, Giant Realistic Flying Tiger, Hot Dog Person, and Very Nice. I was doing hot dog.
Who are these people?
These
What do you got?
characters,
Who are they?
They're all characters from this show called Uncle Grandpa, and we actually had one of the animators who works on that show, among others. Mike Milo was here a couple months back when we were doing. Actually, that was the Animate CC launch, and I had randomly. I think I came in, Rob, and said, "Good morning," and he's like, "What?" You know.
Yeah.
And then later, but he didn't say anything right away. Then later in the day, I said something like, "Pizza Steve loves drawing," you know, which is this character, Pizza Steve. He's a piece of pizza, and he's the best.
Yeah.
Just saying, he's the best. Not just the best piece of pizza, just great. And then we started rapping at that. He's like, "Oh no, dude, I've been illustrating on that cartoon for a while now." So
That's
really
crazy.
cool. Yeah,
That is
crazy
cool.
stuff. Oh, your 5-year-old girl loves that show. We watch it together. Dude, so exactly, right? So my younger son had turned me on to it. And initially when I saw it was so bizarre, I didn't know what to think of it. And then as I started getting into the story, it's just so good. Fans of Regular Show, another good one. Regular Show is so good.
I'm Steven Universe right now. Like,
Oh, right. Nice. That's the other one that I just started checking out. Oh, it's not new, but I just caught wind of it. It's Teen Titans Go,
yeah.
right? It's craziness.
They're playing the mess out of it now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and it's everywhere. But it's like complete craziness, and it's so cool. Mafalda Sanchez, someone that likes Uncle Grandpa. Yes, indeed. All right.
Now, how I'm gonna do this morph?
Yeah.
And I lost.
Dude, you can go with your original idea. You know, you don't have to.
I didn't have an idea. Like, it was just like emptiness.
A lot of love for Steven Universe. Very nice. Proko, make Michael Jordan dunking.
Michael Jordan. Oh. I didn't even think of that. Maybe I should.
Pretty cool.
Okay.
All right, so even just looking
Michael
at your work
Jordan.
right now compared to yesterday, yeah, like
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot more comfortable with this.
I feel that you feel more comfortable.
Are you feeling more comfortable
I
with,
feel
with
yes.
me
It's probably
feeling comfortable?
you're probably feeling a little less comfortable with me hovering over you like this, but that's okay.
No,
Little
no,
mis-
mine.
But okay, good. I'm glad. And Matt has got the color in already.
So as a
Yep.
backup, I'm gonna space helmet too, just as a
Just
backup.
throwing some watercolor on there, and what's really cool about this is you can take some of the color and just put it on there, and you can see it bleeds, and then you can stop it whenever you want that to stop.
And that's kind of essential, right? So, I mean, again, especially if you
Yeah.
know the way that watercolor would normally act. if you're
Right.
Doing this for
right.
real.
It's definitely a different approach than watercolor painting,
But a
you
good
can
simulation
Yeah, you
nonetheless,
can
right.
you can kind of create the same effects if you kind of figure out how to get there.
Right.
So it's a lot of fun to play around with. And
Now, are you going for kind of photorealistic with this reference image?
I don't know. I'm
or-
going to start pretty loose and then slowly build things up, and we'll see where it goes.
Okay.
So.
So I gave Michael Jordan some shorts.
Oh, nice.
Because I felt uncomfortable.
Someone did say, you know, watch the nudity there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's brilliant.
Well, I didn't draw.
No, I
anything.
know. They're just messing. All right. So once again, we've got 15 prints that we'll be giving away within the next hour and a half. Now, what's our time now?
Yeah, how are we looking?
90 minutes.
90 minutes?
We got 90.
Wow, we just started.
Yeah,
Yeah.
plenty of time.
Why does Matt's screen keep flashing? No, it's not flashing. Okay.
It's not flashing.
No, it is not. Okay. Sorry, maybe try refreshing your browser or something, Darth. I don't know. Darth Trooper. Proko, any suggestion on drawing the gesture of the legs? Mine always looks stiff. From Ms. Misha.
Gesture of the legs. Yeah. So if yours looks stiff, I would try to push the S curve. Like if you're drawing leg from a side view, definitely push the S curve. Follow the quads, and then around, like when you get to the knee, make that S curve go all the way around over the calf, or you can just curve the shin bone a little bit more. If you're doing it from front, it's a little bit harder because there's no curve that you can kind of go all the way down the leg. So you kind of have to separate the top and the bottom a little bit, and it depends a lot on the pose from the front view. But don't just draw a straight line down of the legs. Try to, like if you're drawing it from reference, just look for what is different about it than a neutral pose, and then just push that difference a little bit more.
Another question for you too. Are you going to be doing any tutorials on clothes?
Clothes? Not anytime soon. There's too much other stuff to go over, but I do want to, definitely. It's an important thing. So, yeah. Not soon, sorry.
All right, you've got your reference image in there.
Yeah. Chipping away.
Making some magic, chipping away. All right.
Yeah. The Apple Pencil doubles as a magic wand too.
You know what they say about magic wands? The wand picks the wizard, or chooses the wizard. You fan of Harry Potter at all?
So that's why I can't throw this. I wish I could throw this.
Wingardium Leviosa. It's working.
It's Leviosa.
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 She's mental. Yes, I do love Harry Potter. I'm actually kind of surprised how much I love Harry Potter. I do. Oh my gosh. And when we're streaming on the Adobe channel, probably 10 times a day I make some kind of Harry Potter reference. I don't know if Kitty is still in here. She usually catches them. But yes. It's Leviosa. He doesn't That's not where he says she's mental. He says she's something. He says she's honestly. You know it. It's on the tip of your tongue.
Yeah.
He calls her mental.
My wife might know.
Talk about Ron Weasley.
What does he say? Oh.
He's imitating Hermione, who's telling him how to say Leviosa.
And then she bumps into him.
Right. Honestly, she's... All right, no one's helping in the chat either. Come on, I know there are Harry Potter fans.
Apparently not.
All right. Any tips and resources on drawing drapery and... Oh, same question. Yeah. How does Adobe Stock work, Speeder97? Well, it is integrated into most of our Adobe apps, as well as is it accessible in all the mobile apps now too? Yes. You can download previews directly to your device, directly to your artboard, directly to your canvas, directly to your timeline. You create a library for them with your CC libraries. You can use them, you can process with them, and if you like them, now you have the ability to license them directly in the application, quickly, easily, and any changes and things that you've done will stay there. There's no re-downloading, there's no finding files. It's wonderfully seamless. Annie Banani, I think you guys should change the title of the stream. Annie, if you're not seeing the title change, you probably just need to do a browser refresh. Yeah. Okay. Mafalda Sanchez, or Harry Potter.
She was one of our winners, right?
Yes, she was. Annie Banani.
And the weird thing was, right after she won, Mike was enjoying a banana.
Were you eating banana? You were eating that banana.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. Annie Banana.
Oh, I was waiting for Finch to chime in there, but I haven't. Top knob. Harry Potter is not the chosen one. Oh. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Very much loving Adobe Stock. Banker T123. Very nice. The initial 3 books were your best friends when you had 13. Oh, very good. Yep, when you were 13. Very cool. Okay. Okay, Annie. So it's all right. You got it. Very good. Very cool. D. Patrick, so glad you could join us post dinner, my friend. Great to see you here. And again, we've got Matt, Proko, and Rob working on the iPad Pros. Creating some magic. Pros working on the iPad Pros.
I'm doing a little bit of research.
I was saying now. Okay, so Proko, yeah.
I'm trying to find some photos of Michael Jordan now, because I guess this is now a Michael Jordan drawing.
Actually, and it's fun. I was just looking at a few of those. You really sort of nailed it without even trying. You really have like the initial motion and movements. Really.
I wasn't even thinking of a dunking motion. I was thinking of someone swinging, like jumping through the air, maybe with a sword or something. But I think Michael Jordan's a little better.
Yes.
His airness.
It's working on some eye here. Bird eye.
Bird eye.
How do animal eyes? Here's a question for all of you. And I'm asking. How do animal eyes differ from drawing like human eyes?
Well,
or does it differ? Is it different?
It differs as far as what's there, but
like technique-wise, the same.
Yeah, it's pretty much just observing shapes of color and value and matching those shapes.
Okay.
In fact, I'm not really thinking about the fact that I'm painting an eye. I'm just kind of looking at the dark values, the light values, and the shapes that they make.
Okay, and this is something you mentioned yesterday too.
Yep.
Sort of part of the.
If you break things down into simplified shapes, then you're going to find a level of success.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And you could tell as a non-illustrator personally. I mean, that's just it. I immediately going, oh gosh, how is it different? You know, bird eye, right? Is there a pupil that you can see, like your shark eyes?
You must go to Bird Eye Drawing School.
Bird Eye Drawing
and
School.
spend lots of money.
And that's in Annapolis, right?
Yeah. It's a 4-year program.
You come out looking fly.
Come out looking fly. Oh, nice. D. Patrick's asking, what bird are you drawing right now?
Honestly, I don't know. It's an orange and blue one.
Okay, an orange and blue.
Right.
Is it a Norwegian blue?
Well,
we had some Monty Python references yesterday, I think, with Trav and Lowe's. Norwegian blue. Beautiful bird. Okay. John Mikel is asking, how do you draw moving objects from life?
Moving on. Oh, you have to train to your visual memory to be able to recall things instantly, or like you look at something for just a few seconds and then you can retain that in your memory for a while. That takes a lot of training. I'm not that great at it because I haven't practiced much of that, but I want to. A great way to do that is like going to the zoo because they're always moving and you have to memorize their angle. If you don't want to go to the zoo, just get a photo and look at it for 30 seconds and just study it. Just stare at it, try to memorize the most important things from it, put it away, and then draw as much as you can, as much as you've remembered. And then just keep doing that. And the more you do it, the better you'll be at just memorizing things very quickly. So, yeah, just training your recall.
Legacy, have I talked? No, I have not yet talked to Jonah Loeb about the rap collab music thing.
Yeah.
As long as Jonah is down with the rap itself, I'm totally cool with creating the beat and the music behind it. And maybe a couple shout choruses.
You gonna be the hype man on that one?
Yeah, hell yeah, I was just thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. James Brown had his hype man. You gotta have your hype man in there. So
yeah, it was Bobby.
That's right, it was Bobby.
Bobby.
That is right.
Dang.
Take it, Bobby.
That's what I should have drawn today. Should have drew some James Brown today.
Hell yeah.
Man.
You have a favorite album?
Pretty much all of them.
All of them? Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite era? Let me rephrase that. Favorite era? I am definitely the In the Jungle Groove 69 to 72 with Bootsy, with Bobby still. Who was the drummer? Clyde. Right? Clyde.
Was this during the time of Maceo as well? Maceo Parker?
Yeah, I think Maceo Parker was like early mid 70s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was probably possibly just before or intersecting. Oversecting? Did I just say that? That's not a word. Intersecting with that period of time. Clyde. So one of the most famous, most sampled drum grooves of all time.
Funky drummer.
Clyde. I had excited spittle. Sorry. Clyde. So good. He has a...
Songs were basically jam sessions, though.
Hell yeah.
Oh no, you said hell.
Heck yeah.
Jesus?
Right.
Adobe Jesus said hell.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I actually said hell.
Run.
You just couldn't hear the O. It was slightly muted.
He was speaking. Salutations, y'all.
That's right. So, Rob, there's an album live at the Olympia in Paris, 71, and he does everything. He goes back to the early 60s Apollo cuts, all the 6/8 ballads, and then does all the current stuff. Obviously, Get On Up among them, funky drummer. Speaking of funky drummers, Matt.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
I am a funky drummer.
Professor P.
But you didn't prove it to us yesterday.
Well, I couldn't. These drumsticks are a little bit more expensive than the ones you get at the music store.
Adobe didn't let you.
Yeah, it's okay.
Alan Reed is saying the best drum groove of all time has to be the Jeff Porcaro shuffle from the song Rosanna by Toto.
That is very true. That's a very difficult song to
It is
play.
a difficult song to play, and his particular amped up shuffle there is definitely quite unique. Definitely quite unique. There's a good questions. I know we talked about, I don't know if we actually asked you guys yesterday or not. Obviously we have music playing all the time. I know a lot of the streamers that we have here on the Adobe channel and just everywhere on Twitch always have different types of music. Did we ask you guys your favorite type of music, or if you even use music generally to...
Yeah, it was asked yesterday.
It was asked yesterday as I was running the machine.
I was mine. It depends on the project. If I'm doing I do rap covers for folks, like album covers.
Okay.
And I listen to
I thought you were saying you listen to covers of rap songs.
Oh,
right. That's interesting. I wonder.
I think that's against the law.
Right, rap covers. Got it. Okay.
That's biting.
Yeah.
But if I'm doing a hip hop cover, I'll listen to bossa nova.
Nice.
Yeah, I always jump out of the genre because it's
like Antonio Carlos Jobim kind of bossa nova? Or,
Jorge Ben.
Gets Gilberto, or yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I'm always listening to something way out of the way. So, and what it usually does is it'll take me in a different direction than most of the covers will look.
That's interesting. That's actually a really interesting thought. I, you know, so for editing like video stuff, I generally don't have music playing behind me all the time because then it tends to influence how I'm cutting things inadvertently. But for any other things, like even just storyboarding and that kind of stuff, I'm kind of with you there. I usually go to some kind of jazz, Latin jazz, or Indian raga.
And when you don't speak the language that's being spoken, the voices become an instrument.
That's right, absolutely. That's absolutely true, yeah. K. Grog says, gonna try that, love that music idea.
Yeah, always do it.
Yeah, and
like,
I love
words get in the way. Like.
That's an amazing point too, and it's the same point actually. Right, editing and stuff and having something behind me. Right, if I can understand and I'm paying attention to the lyric, it gets in the way. It'll change the idea. As Eastern music is powerful, yes. Modern JHB. Yesterday I tried to draw a wolf. The only thing that is good is his nose. Hey, hashtag it Creative Jam and let's see that nose.
Yeah. See what that wolf is smelling.
I was going to say there are no small noses, only small wolves. That doesn't make sense.
Can you smell what the wolf is cooking?
Can someone post the image of Proko laying on the bed captioned with what?
It's getting weird. It's getting weird.
What?
Moderators.
Where is that?
It's Shattered Easel right there.
It's getting
Can
weird.
someone post the image of Proko laying in a bed captioned with hot single illustration here? They said the image of Proko, like as if there's one
There must be one out there.
In particular,
You might need to research that.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Dog Dirt's been watching your tutorials, Proko, for over a year.
Nice.
Alan Reed digs retro wave stuff that sounds like 80s synths but modern grooves. B. Davis, Sergio Mendes.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I have his station locked in.
Oh yeah. Late 60s, Sergio Mendes and Brazil 66.
Yes.
I mean,
I have a few of those on wax.
You and me both. There's nothing better. There's absolutely nothing better. And the thing is, those particular recordings, Sergio Mendes was on A&M, same label, created by Herb Alpert. So Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass, Sergio Mendes and Brazil 66. This was kind of the bossa explosion in the mid 60s, right? So while you had like psychedelic and all different kinds of rock and of course British Invasion 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, you had Tijuana Brass, Sergio Mendes sort of reintroducing Latin rhythm, clave, and different types of melody, and these are the ones you want to seek out. Sergio Mendes still making music, still doing great things, but the 60s and 70s ones are really, the groove is just so damn tight, right? Like you just get lost in it.
Yeah, the groove resembles the wind, like it's just...
Yes, especially with all the vocals, right? So was it 5 vocalists? It's two women and the 3 other guys?
I think so.
I think 5, 6, something like that.
Sergio used to rock the loafers with no socks.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. In '66, that's right.
Yeah, he had the beard like a
That's
leprechaun
right.
too during the time. Like he
That's
had the
right.
leprechaun beard popping off.
My favorite song of their, well, one of the favorites is a song called Shave Shuba. Constant is the rain.
Someone asked about when they see mistakes in their drawings. I always see mistakes. Do I have to draw the pose again to correct it, or can I just move on to the next pose? I would correct it. If you're seeing mistakes, don't just ignore it. The way you're gonna improve is by correcting your own mistakes. If you're constantly just ignoring them and moving on to the next thing, you're never gonna learn how to correct yourself. So I would say do it again. Focus on correcting the things you did wrong the first time. And then once you're happy with it, move on.
So hey Matt, the gamer dude has a question for you. Did you
Sure.
ever go through a phase in your life where you felt guilty for using a reference?
No.
And yeah, I mean, is that...
No, not at all. If you look at some of the masters throughout history, I mean, Leonardo da Vinci definitely would be using photography to improve his art. So, I don't think there's any reason why we should deny ourselves the technology that's available to us. Anything that makes our artwork better, we should take advantage of it.
So, I was going to ask that kind of along the same lines, and I know we had some people when we first sort of launched these apps and, again, allowed the ability to import an image reference, drop opacity, and kind of trace it for reference, and then fill in the rest. I remember doing a couple of shows around the world, and a few illustrators had come up at the end and said, I don't like this. I think it's cheating. It's cheating using a reference to trace and then stylize it your own way afterward. And there was definitely a lot of tension when they were sort of presenting this to us. What do you guys think about that in general? I mean, I think based on what you just said, especially use the tools that you have to just improve.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
I don't think. I mean, unless you're just blatantly copying exactly, but
right, and claiming
that's not
it's your
art
own.
anyway.
Right. It's not art anyway.
If you're
right,
taking
right.
something, using it as an inspiration to create something of your own, that's fine.
Yeah.
Every artist does that.
I love hearing that. And Shauna said it too. I mean, I certainly, you could look at anything, whether it's illustration, still photography, video, music, you see something, you hear something, you use, my gosh, so Rob, I've got like a whole collection of bossa nova music that I recorded. And I just said it. And between Jobim, Stan Getz, Sergio Mendes, these were my references. Astrid Gilberto. And
Jorge Ben.
What's that?
Jorge Ben.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh gosh.
And
Dude sings with a lot of passion, man.
absolutely. And as much as
Sound like it's
recreating
hurting.
the groove, recreating that particular feel of their clave, and that ultimately influenced something totally unique in the end. And
Yeah, I used to sample, so I used to make hip hop beats.
oh, nice. Back when it was sampling.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I had audition when it was called Cool Edit.
Yes. And I'm from the original Cool Edit team, right?
Oh, for real?
For real.
Yeah. And of
OG.
course, I got that the same way I got my first Photoshop and Illustrator, which
So, don't even say it, Rob, because don't say it, because I'm going to say it for you.
All right,
yes.
go.
Because, hey, Mikhail T, and you're very welcome, Gamer Dude, because Cool Edit's claim to fame back in the 90s, long before it was acquired by Adobe, but in the scene, was that it was sort of the most audio software.
yes. Hello, mateys.
For Windows, mateys.
Yep.
And this gave it great exposure, and it became a real standard in, especially in those days, right? In any kind of digital editing, and all types of digital editing, beat-based music creation. Pretty much everybody had some copy of Cool Edit back in those days.
Yeah.
Because you could make and edit and just really tweak
I'm trying to think
loops
of
really easily.
the guy's name that everybody had his license.
You know what?
It's a trivia
Yeah,
question. Like,
it
for
might.
real.
Yeah,
But
you can
I-
probably still find his name in an Easter egg somewhere inside the app today. Yeah. Oh man, that's so funny. That's so cool. But yes, I was one of the original guys.
Dang, that's cool.
Yeah, man. That's a long time ago. And they were based. They're based out of Phoenix. That's how I got involved in that.
That's super cool.
All right, remix of the remix. So yeah, I love photo manipulation. Besides, an artist should only draw anything he's seen in real life. That's what
Oh.
defines this.
For the manipulation, they should watch the Make a Masterpiece. I will post the link.
Okay. Michael's going to post a
Crazy.
link. So yes,
Crazy.
so the Adobe stock team put together, and I won't spoil it for you. I'll just tell you. Michael's going to post a link now in the chat. It's YouTube, right? A YouTube vid.
It's a website with the
Oh, it's our. Okay, yeah. You can watch it. He'll put the link directly. But recreating, it was lost lost paintings using nothing but current Adobe stock offerings, and the results are really something, really something. So I love that drum and bass. Hell yeah. Cliff 1F. Oh man, cool edits, right?
Hey, man.
That's some old school. That's some old school. Some of you may remember, in fact, Rob, you may remember that we had something called loopology. Loopology was thousands and thousands of loops, recorded, not sequenced. It was all played by hand, largely by yours truly.
Oh, for real?
For real. 35 different styles, over 5,000 pieces of music. And yeah, that was my first major contribution to that app. And it's still available today.
I gotta tell my friends.
Yeah,
Yo.
I'll send you a link. It's free. You can get it, your CC, you can access it and use it in any app, any audio. All right. Jamal asks, Mr. Proko, will you be uploading lessons on legs and butts? Legs and butts.
Legs and
Yes,
butts.
I will.
Yes, he will.
Can't have one without the other.
One without the other.
It's gonna be a very big episode.
Yeah, right.
Big
Ooh.
episode.
He is here till Thursday.
It's the episode on crack.
All right, I got to do a quick recharge of the pencil here.
Oh, it's
My pencil is dead here,
Hey, can you help me?
so
Hey,
I shouldn't unplug it, right?
I can charge it.
I was going to say,
Give it to
Yeah.
me. Okay.
We have,
So in the meantime, I'll look at the chat box.
You might have to sync it, but I have one in my.
It's fine.
Yeah, I have
Very
extra.
fast, right?
Yeah, it takes like 30,
Yeah.
30 seconds.
So while we're waiting to recharge Matt's pen, this is a great opportunity to ask questions, specific questions. Okay. Darkrai, I think you just.
Hey,
need to refresh.
Professor B. How are you? How's the weather back at home?
Zoom in on the head of the bird
There we go.
details. Ooh, very nice.
So I'm just kind of letting the watercolor move around a little bit like you normally would with a watercolor painting, but it's a little bit unpredictable in the app. So, I keep wanting to pull up the app pad itself and let the water drip down. But it kind of just swirls around a little bit, so you kind of have to
That should be nice.
to watch it. And you get one shot at stopping the watercolor.
Talk to some
So
folks about that.
my YouTube channel name is The Virtual Instructor. And the website is thevirtualinstructor.com. Speeder97's asking, how did you guys get started? Backstories. You want to share that? You wanna do that?
Absolutely.
get started.
Well, I was a teacher for 10 years at a high school in Winston-Salem. And during that time, I made videos for my students, and I would show DVDs back when those things existed. And they don't.
They don't.
They don't. They still exist. But you have to go to a museum to find them.
That's right.
And then you can't use them on anything. So.
Right. Got a laptop but no drive to play it.
Right. Well, I got the idea to start putting the videos on a website, so I didn't have to set up the DVD player all the time, and I could just go from the computer. And pretty soon, the website crashed because other teachers were using my videos in their classroom. So I had to do some work on the website, and I stopped hosting the videos myself, which this was, way back in the 2009, which seems like that was an eternity ago. But, video's gone a long way since then. So then I just started putting videos on YouTube kind of as a afterthought, and from there the website grew and grew and grew. So that's kind of how I got started there.
Rob? Origins of Zilla?
I won my first iPad. There was a anagram contest on Twitter held by a company that just was acquired by another company, Veer. And they said, okay, we're going to post an anagram a day. 5 anagrams a week. At the end of the week, we're going to do a drawing. The winner gets a custom-made iPad. So at the time, I was like, yo, that's a big iPhone. I was one of those types.
No,
So
it didn't seem intriguing, didn't seem interesting, just seemed like one more.
I thought about how I could use it. I was like, I can use it as a portfolio. Like, I can show people my paintings.
Right, as images, right?
Yeah. And I can use it during interviews. Well, one Friday, school was over, the bell rung, I was rushing out. I was about to close the laptop, and I was like, yo, let me check and see who won this week. Because I want to say congratulations.
Right. Oh, right.
You know,
you weren't even like you were just checking to see.
And I was like, I might need to use like my secondary account just to hate on him real quick. So
because everybody should have at least two.
Yeah, two accounts. Like you got the troll account and you got the real account. So I looked on there and I got a DM and it was like, congrats.
That's awesome.
You won an iPad. I was like, what?
And that's like iPad 1?
Yeah, iPad 1.
Wow,
And it was
okay.
custom made. It had a teal button on it and it had like writing on the back.
Nice.
It was fresh. So that was the iPad that I picked up Adobe Ideas on.
Yeah.
And started drawing and posting up stuff on social media. So that's how it started. When you're iPad off of Twitter,
It's
Twitter, right.
an easy path.
And
It's easy.
you can be on a future Twitch with the guy who invented Cool Edit.
I would say invented.
Yeah, I know.
Don't say that.
Yeah, I know.
That almost went by me because I was reading the chat and I was like, Cliff 1. Hate.
Hate on him.
That's right.
Hate is good sometimes.
I just watched, in June, for whatever reason, I just watched How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Jim Carrey version, not the original cartoon version, although I love both. I also have a version of the original song sung in my extremely low voice, like the original. That's
Oh, very good.
Thank you. But I was watching the Jim Carrey one, and he has this whole thing where he's reading the phone book of all the Who's, and he doesn't like the Who's, and he's saying,
Right.
hate, loathe entirely.
Yes.
Oh,
Made me think of
what a
that.
great voice.
Cliff Woodruff. All right. How's our pencil looking there, Michael?
My cousin told me to add fire to the basketball, so I'm gonna do that.
Go for it.
Fire
nice.
to the basketball. That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Sky's the limit. Get it?
And Proko.
Yes. Oh, how to get my start?
Stories and tales.
My story's not that interesting. I went to school at a pretty early age, and I trained, and that's about it.
And that's it.
I mean,
And now you're here.
I mean, it depends on how to get started in what drawing.
Right.
Like I was a young kid, and I liked to sketch, and that's about it.
I remember yesterday, I think Brooke had maybe asked, like, did you all just always want to draw? The
Yeah.
answer was universally yes, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, hey, Rob, CBR Network just posted a link to Loopology.
Oh,
So
cool
if
in the
it-
game.
So if anyone's watching it right now, you can go to that link there and download. Yeah, over 5,000 pieces of original royalty-free music, sound effects, music beds. It's cool. Sketching is where it's at. Says eat my sting. Do you guys also have bad days when you just
No.
can't draw?
Never perfect.
Right.
Those days are gone.
Yeah, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
It's part of the struggle that never ends. You know, a lot of people think that you're going to reach a point where, you know, everything becomes easy, and that's not the case. It's always a challenge. Doesn't matter what your skill level is. So, you know, if you're sitting there learning and you're getting frustrated with yourself, that's a normal part of the process. Yes.
You have to
Yeah,
make
it's
something
just-
really bad to know what something really good is.
Right, and the more bad stuff you
Right,
make,
absolutely.
the quicker you get to the good
The
stuff.
quicker you
So,
get to the good stuff.
And why would you want it to be easy?
Right.
right,
I
I'll-
actually,
go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say, I actually, and Proko and I were talking about this last night. So I've got a video of mine on YouTube, which is from a recording session where I went in. I had 2 days to do a whole bunch of songs, and normally I fly in, do it, and fly out. I'm very into live performance, so live single takes and use those takes. And the first day it was a complete disaster, and I wound up doing 20, 30, 40 takes of 5 or 6 songs, all garbage. Nothing working. And I was multicam filming the whole process the whole time. Everything was multi-track recorded, and I wound up cutting a video, a 1-minute piece afterwards, on my creative meltdown. And just watch how it just goes from bad to worse. Like I almost couldn't even remember my own words, how to play, how to do anything. Right? I was just completely stuck. Oh, thank you, Kitty. Loves it. Yeah, and it's true. I mean, it's that. Oh, that feeling when it just doesn't happen. Oh, what just happened there?
Some private messages pop
but
up.
I am.
Eric Snowden.
Oh, okay.
Eric Snowden
found a
asked me if
picture
I
of you
was.
on the internet.
If you were drawing on an iPad Pro yet?
Well, he was like, "Are you streaming today?" And
Oh yeah. What's up, Eric? If you're watching.
yeah, come on in.
I saw him this morning. He's in the building.
Oh, Eric's in the building. Oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah, he may stop by.
He had coffee this morning.
Yeah, coffee this morning. Okay. Many of you will remember Eric. Actually, Eric was the first one to publicly show the iPad Pro with the pencil
Yeah.
Apple keynote.
at the Apple keynote.
Lucky guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Super cool dude as well.
Oh yeah, Eric is like amazing and an incredible designer. He's another one I mentioned yesterday about font anxiety.
Uh-huh.
Eric is someone else who might
Font?
font anxiety.
Font.
I have
What?
terrible
What?
font anxiety.
What is that?
I'm not a designer, and I know what fonts I love, and I know which ones not to use.
Which ones? Comic Sans?
I mean, all the obvious.
Comic Sans is
State
the best.
obvious. I know that.
I used to
Papyrus.
use it all the time.
What's wrong with Papyrus? No, but I struggle. I could spend 30 minutes looking for the font that I want in a particular thin or ultra thin, if that's what's currently hip, and then I'll spend another 30 minutes trying to figure out where should it go on the screen. Again, as a photographer and a videographer, like I get rule of thirds, all that, but that doesn't really include text for me. And I struggle. So Eric is someone whom I had to do a video last year for Max, and I had to pick the font, and I was just struggling. I said, please just, here's all the text, just put this in a font that works, and can you also please justify it how it should be justified? And he did. It's awesome. Hey, what's up, Voodoo Val? Good to see you. Gamer Dude's also asking for all three of you, how often do you guys draw a day? I don't know if it just
Per
means,
day?
yeah,
I don't know.
hours and hours
Anytime I get a break, I jump on.
jumping on. Okay. Any of you guys read comics?
I used to. That's really one of the things that got me into
Kind of inspired
yeah.
drawing in general? Yeah.
Mhm.
Pretty common, I imagine.
I wish I had time to.
Yeah, I think it's a time issue.
Yeah, we've got Comic-Con coming up in San Diego very soon. I was actually just at the Phoenix one a couple of weeks ago. My first ever Comic-Con. I was telling Proko last night. It was really cool. It's really interesting. I was sorry that I didn't attempt a cosplay. I would have liked to have attempted a cosplay.
You were gonna go as a pirate?
I was saying I don't cosplay, but I mean, as I was walking around, like, I could have done a Jack Sparrow, pretty, somewhat effortlessly, just look-wise, it would have been kind of easy. And I did go as a pirate a couple of years ago for Halloween, so I did have a bit of a half homemade costume, so could have been interesting. Unselling Wizard is asking, for anybody who feels like answering, how different is the experience between using a tablet, like a walking tablet, or the iPad Pro? Or is there any difference?
There's a difference. I wouldn't say it's completely different, but it's similar as far as the surface goes. But I think the Cintiq I have actually has a little bit of give to it. It seems like,
Interesting.
or at least it feels that way.
That way.
Yeah. Where this is a very solid surface, so it does take getting used to, putting the pencil to the surface because it's it's a different feel.
Now, Proko, you were talking about this yesterday because I was asking you
Yeah.
three. I wasn't actively paying attention to how you were drawing because I've seen many people illustrate on the Cintiq, which is, of course, generally angled, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you're drawing
Yeah,
flat today. You're
right.
drawing.
I
you're
can't.
You're holding it. And this is what I couldn't see that your hand was kind of perched under it like that.
Yeah, I need to hold it like a
Yeah.
sketchbook,
Okay.
and that's good, I guess. That's
yeah,
what it's for.
Yeah, really emulating the same kind of thing.
It feels a lot better today than yesterday.
But you
it
two
feels
talked
closer
about
to Cintiq.
initially that lack of the give that Matt just described, like it just right.
The give. Oh, you know what it is?
What
it's
is
the
it?
tip.
Yeah, it must be the tip.
In my Cintiq stylus, I use the what is it called? It's the rough tip. and it has a give. It has some friction to it. This is super smooth. So that definitely, it's like it slides off and I can't control it as well. So maybe if Apple had some tips that you could put on these, it looks like you can take this off.
Yeah,
I don't know.
replaceable tip.
That would be great.
You, Rob, any thoughts on that?
Um,
Do you use a Cintiq or any kind of other
I
tablet?
I don't use the Cintiq. I've been trying to get one.
Okay.
So Rick Peterson, if you're listening out there. And let's see who else is over there. Melissa Lyon, if you're listening. Francie, if you're listening. I would love to get my hands on a Cintiq. But I have used AstroPad. So we spoke a little bit about AstroPad yesterday. So AstroPad converts this iPad that I have into basically a Cintiq.
Nice. Someone's asking, in your opinions, do you think new artists should draw digitally or start traditionally? We talked about this yesterday.
Yeah, start the way that you're comfortable.
Right.
And if you have to convert, then don't deviate too far from what methodology you have already. Just go ahead and just adapt it to whatever the medium is, because all it is a different medium.
And I think that's great advice, really, for all types of artistic creation, especially within all the apps that we have, that wherever it feels right? I mean, saying last night at dinner, I know a lot of friends of mine who, again, started traditionally doing sort of cartoon comic art. They're still, my friend, he just inks, and he still does it that way, and that's what he loves. And he's tried going to like an Intuos or some other flavor of tablet or pad or something like that, and it didn't feel right to him. He created some nice work, but he didn't love the experience, and he's just as happy to scan things in, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
And whenever he's ready, come check out Capture.
That's right. Jamal's asking you, Matt, were you an architect? Your house renderings are very impressive.
I was not an architect, but I did do a lot of private commissions of house portraits. So I guess you've been to my personal website to see that. But yeah, for a while I was doing house portraits, and those are all in graphite. So.
All right.
But thank you.
Yeah.
How are we looking on the time?
How are we looking, Michael? 30,
35 minutes.
35, yeah. Okay,
Ooh,
35
I need to
minutes
speed
go.
up.
Go.
Daft 370. What's my origin story? What's my origin story? So, of course, mine is based around music and video, but let's see. Started playing piano when I was 6. I was a concert pianist doing the Greenwich Village, New York circuit when I was 11 or 10. Did it for about 3 years and had an amazing teacher. Actually, I think Proko and I were talking about this last night. Amazing teacher, very inspirational. She was very old school. Actually used to slap my wrists. And of course I despised her for that, but every technique that I learned from her, I still use today. And I thank her for it. And her name is Lauren Faden. Remember her name. So did that, got out of playing classical and went into rock and jazz and other things. Studied at Berklee College of Music. Went into the music business as a recording engineer and mastering engineer for about 10 years all over the US. And eventually got kind of burned out on that and went into software, Cool Edit, which Rob mentioned.
Yeah.
And started kind of leading the charge there as the recording engineer in-house, and making some modifications to what became Cool Edit Pro, and then eventually Audition, and then we were acquired by Adobe, and the rest is history. Oh, and in the middle of all of that, I forgot, I actually started working professionally doing video at a local cable station when I was a teenager, and we even had a TV station in my high school, if you can believe that. And no, I won't say what year that was, but it was a super long time ago. It was all done on 3/4-inch pneumatic tape. If anybody remembers that, right? That's pretty
Nope.
old school. No, yeah. So put it this way: it was the same tape transports that they used to print digital audio for to create glass masters for CDs. If you can believe that. Sony PCM 1630.
Wow.
So nerdy and old. Anyway,
amazing.
yeah, it's hard to believe, right? And so I was doing video editing for a good long while, and even getting paid for it long before I did music professionally. So, and it was funny coming to Adobe. Of course, I'd known about Premiere. It was pretty early on. This is 15 years ago. But really, of course, just knew Photoshop and Illustrator, and it was fantastic. And the people around me were so inspirational that it just made me want to do all the other things. Splooper, I remember tape. Knob, I use Adobe Audition solely and only for my music creation. I do use external software to provide me with instruments, as we don't currently support virtual instruments, so I use Native Instruments Contact for that. But all of the recording, all of the mixing, mastering, everything is Audition. Thank you, Kern Gaming. Exley says, great job, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Nodrog is asking you, Proko, are you using watercolor too?
Right now, yeah, I'm using watercolor right now. I find it's adding a cool sketchiness to my
And
drawing.
do you have any tips to improve symmetry? Saying he always sees problems when he flips his drawings.
Oh, well, that's not symmetry.
Okay, yeah. Maybe we
You're
need
just
more.
getting used
see.
to seeing it one way, and then you flip it and it's different, and then you're seeing some of your problems, some of the mistakes you're making, because it's kind of like a fresh eye. But not everything you see when you flip it is a mistake. Sometimes it's just different. You know, stare at a photograph for a while and then flip that, and it'll look weird too. It's not always wrong.
Darkrai, they've each had 90 minutes to create their drawings today, and we've got just under 30 minutes to go.
Uh-oh.
Sam is also asking you, Proko, if you've read the book Mastery by George Leonard.
Not by Leonard. I read the one by Green, something Green, and I liked that one, but I need to read the one by Leonard as well. It's on my list.
Nice. And Tobnob, just to answer your question, so I won't get into that now because that could take us on a long tangent, but in the meantime, you can go to my YouTube channel or here on twitch.tv/Adobe and watch. Currently, I'm up to episode 9 of Audio 101. So, although we actually haven't gotten to mixing yet, believe it or not. Slight mixing, a little bit of mixing. But I'll be doing more of that today at 3 p.m. Pacific time. So, if you're around, please bring your questions then. Anik, my hair looks so soft. Thank you. It's feeling quite soft today. It's a little frizzy because I'm a desert person and it's very wet here in the bay. It's not raining, it's just the air is very different. What is up, Echo Sith? Voodoo Valsing, did you read Green by Jay Lake? Is that what you were referring to?
No, Mastery by something Green.
Oh, Mastery by someone named Green. Okay.
Yeah, I forgot his first name, but it's something Green. Thomas Green? No, not Thomas Green. Robert Green.
Robert Green. Okay.
Yes, I think that's...
Echo Sith is saying, looks awesome as always, Rob.
Oh, thanks. Getting it in. I was gonna try to do the little, I don't know the proper term for the little suction cups. I was gonna throw them in capture so I can easily render those.
What is the actual? I thought I knew what that was. Now I can't remember. What is the term for the little suction cup things on the end of the tentacles?
Suckers?
Suckers.
Suckers. Yeah.
Questions to all artists. Bayeks, visually impaired, and they have problems solving for digital drawing and non-digital drawing. What can I do to be able to draw better?
Visually impaired? Let's not say that you are visually impaired. Let's say that you're visually enhanced, so you're visually different. You have a unique perspective, and if you can find a way to share that perspective with folks, then you could put someone more or less in the driver's seat of how you see things. So don't look at it as visually impaired. Just look at it like, I see things differently. Here, take a look at how I see things differently. Somebody said they think this is called suction cups.
That's an excellent answer, by the way, there, Rob.
That was
Yeah.
great. Yeah, really nice. An inspirational one too.
Yeah, I was nearsighted for so long and didn't know it.
Me too.
Me too. Isn't
Until
it
I got my license.
Oh, I feel left
Yeah,
out.
it was the 8th grade. I put on glasses for the first time, and I said, "Oh my gosh, there's leaves on the trees."
Yeah, you can see each individual one.
Yeah, it was
Like,
crazy.
Wait,
How
I'm
can
the
y'all
opposite.
focus?
Hold on, I just messed that up. Nearsighted is you can't see close up. No, you
No,
see close
nearsighted
up.
is you can see
You can
close
see.
up.
You can't see far away. I'm the opposite of that. I always mess that up.
Yeah, they messed that up when they
That wasn't
when
a
they
great.
named
Yeah,
that.
they didn't.
Yeah.
That wasn't thought out very well.
That's the whole park on
I mean, I guess
park on driveways and drive on parkways.
right. I guess it kind of makes sense.
They're
I
trying to encourage us, I
See
guess.
things near to me. See things far away. Oh, it's just dumb. But I was misdiagnosed though. That's the funny thing. As a kid, as being nearsighted.
Oh,
So
really?
I had glasses when I was a kid. Here's a random story, and they made me wear these prescription glasses, and I was a kid, so I was probably doing the eye test, and they said, well, read the line, and with the glasses on, I don't know. I was just nervous. And I said, do you have trouble seeing? Well, they're telling me I do. I don't think I actually did. Anyway, after about a year of horrible headaches and everything else, finally my parents decided to switch doctors, and they're like, yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with your eyes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, now there is.
No, you're right. You're right. Now there will be because the damage is done. Oh, I just saw some. It went by too fast. Professor B saying they're just called suckers, but I think,
That's what I said.
did someone say ventoses?
Hey, let's go for it.
Ventoses?
That sounds
I saw that flip by.
Official.
I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly. Do we have anyone from the Oceanographic Institute here in the chat? Thiax says, thank you very much, Rob, and would love to share the artwork to all three of you to give you advice. So thank you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Big piece, so everyone's from this.
Because I think like even with major art movements, let's say like with the Impressionists, they were all nearsighted. Come on. That's why they use broad brushstrokes, because they were seeing everything blurred out. Like, hey,
Oh, Professor B just gave us I think we've got the wiki answer here. Outer shallow cavity called an infundibulum, and the central hollow cavity called an acetabulum.
I'm glad you're reading that.
Acetabulum?
Acetabulum?
sounds
I like
freaky.
sucker better.
Yeah. Is it actually acetabulum?
I don't know. I think so.
Slash the sloth yesterday, today the octopus.
Yeah.
Thank you, Professor, for that. Now we know. I think we're all going to stick with suckers.
That's great. I think
But the
Michael-
whole part is called a sucker. Iori, how are you? Just wondering if you find traditional mediums nostalgic, annoying, restrictive. Now, of course, Proko, this is really your first kind of foray into drawing this way, right? So for you, it's the opposite, I guess.
Wait, what was the
The
question?
question was if you find traditional media, if you've been working with digital for so long, do you find traditional mediums nostalgic, annoying, restrictive? But it's kind of
No, it's the opposite. This is a little annoying to me.
Yeah, I'm the same way. This is actually, officially the second
The second
one
real
I've done
right.
on here. Yeah, so it's definitely a shift from traditional media. It's its own unique medium. It's completely different.
For me, it's I find myself when I do draw on paper, I tend to think about pinch zooming the paper, trying to zoom in.
Right.
So some of the hand gestures and stuff, I'll get a little confused, but then I'll be like, I'll do it and then look around to make sure
Right.
no one saw me pinch zooming on paper.
Right.
But look out for Adobe paper. It's coming soon.
Adobe paper only. Flash paper. I remember that. IME95 just wants to say, Proko, you've helped so much. You have no idea. Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to make sure we read that out. Dreamy 010, what to draw when you don't know what to draw?
An eyeball.
Eyeball.
That's a good one. Yourself, self-portrait.
Self-portrait. Interesting.
It's a free model, always available.
Right.
What was the name of the person asking the question?
Uh,
What was their name?
Dreamy 010.
What's your gender? Dreamy. And how old are you?
I
No,
guess
we
this
can't
is
ask
going to
that.
affect the
That we
answer.
can't ask.
We can't ask how old they are?
2016,
Oh, okay,
man.
good. All right, rules.
Gender doesn't matter.
All right, give back that iPad you won, dude. No.
See, only reason why I was asking is because in college, there was always like a cute girl, and I would say, "Hey, can I draw you?"
I did the same thing, but it was often with writing songs for people, and I didn't ask. I would just show up with a Walkman and go, "Hey, I saw you the other day, and I wrote this for you. Do you want to listen to it?"
How did that go?
Yes, man.
Not so bad.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. It sounds really creepy, you know? Walking up to somebody, "Hey, I just saw you once and wrote you and recorded a song. Would you like to listen to it with my Sony Sports headphones?"
Go.
Do you remember those? The yellow ones? That hurt like hell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cliff one says, down Rob. Down.
Yeah.
How much time is left? 20 minutes? Yeah. We've got 20 minutes to go.
20 minutes. Good. Let me go ahead and add this layer of shadows. As far as shadows concerned, in case you're watching me for the first time, I like to take a layer, take the same black that I use for my inking layer, drop the opacity of the entire layer down, probably like 21%. And what occurs is a translucent gray. So whatever flat color I put underneath this will then translate as a shade of that color. So if it's red, then it's going to come out burgundy in the areas that I'm doing now. No, I can't repeat.
You guys post links to all of your YouTube accounts. Yes. I believe we can have one of our mods do that for sure. Fix, I will get you some answers to that. Michael, I don't know if you know, we do have a lot of specific accessibility features, things built into many of the apps. I don't know specifically Photoshop, Illustrator. As CBR mentioned, Audition is among them, where we've done a lot of work for hearing impaired and things like that.
I'm a big team.
Yeah, no, a huge team. Yeah. I don't know all of the specifics, but perhaps let me see what we can find out later today. I like that. Of course it worked. Well, Cliff, you're being kind. In fact, it's a song that I performed on the stream, and it's called "Carrie Ann, I Want to Be Your Man."
Yeah.
It's a country song. It's my country era. I didn't get to that part of the history. I was in country music for about 3 years. I was a songwriter and engineer. I just walked up, and so you can imagine being some stranger, you know. That's some dude who's like, "I wrote this for you. I want to be your man." You know,
Carrie Ann.
Carrie Ann.
Let's go.
That was her name. I had never actually said her name. I just saw her name tag. So
Gosh.
it really was. I know. Creeper. But you know, it was innocent time. Super innocent. Matt gets an extra 5 for the dead pen. So.
It's back a while though. It was a nice little break.
They say artists see the world differently. How do you guys see it?
Differently.
Yeah.
Fair
No,
enough.
I don't.
Everything is purple. I'm just kidding.
I gotta
It's not necessarily seeing the world different. It's just looking at specific things differently when you're going to draw them. It doesn't necessarily, or draw or paint them. Doesn't necessarily mean that we're walking around and seeing everything with line shapes and colors. But that's a part of your brain that you can basically turn on when you train it to do so. So when you're ready to start drawing and painting, you kind of get your mind in that mode.
Nice.
Yeah, you're not seeing it differently. You're just processing it differently. I don't think you can. It's like you look at a leaf and then you can look at the color, or you can look at how it's moving, or you can look at how big it is or how small it is. You could focus on very different aspects of the same thing. And so when you're a trained artist, you're seeing a lot of the things that make it look good. And so you can process that. But you're seeing the same leaf.
I like this one from Speeder97. How many nights of sleep have you guys abandoned to become the masters of your crafts? Too many that you probably don't even want to admit how many.
You gotta calculate it like pi.
Yeah,
Almost
exactly.
like
It's kind of
ever going number.
never ending, right?
Last
Sleep
night was-
deprivation.
Last night was more deprivation.
Yep, yeah. Everything is awesome.
I don't recommend it. There's people think that, to be an artist, you have to do drugs and not sleep and all these stereotypes. But I think if you
not true?
No.
Ah,
It's like, if you want to be creative, you got to do drugs. No, what do you, it's like, that's
that's so uncreative.
that's very uncreative.
You do it. That's on you. But
Yeah, right.
That's uncreative.
If you just stay healthy, your mind will work better. You don't need to not sleep and not exercise and not eat healthy and do drugs. That stuff is actually going to make you a worse artist.
And ideas can keep you awake, for real. That's the number one cause of insomnia. A good idea.
Eat my sap, drink caffeine. Someone say pie. High legacy of pie again. Art is a drug. True. So is love. Who knows that song? Love is the drug. Excellent bass line. Huge hit. Who knows who did it? In the chat. Love is the drug. Who knows? You won't win anything except my love and appreciation. Love is the drug. 1976, I believe. What mobile devices are they using, Trickster? These are all iPad Pros with iPad pencils? Or Apple pencils? Not iPad pencils. Art is love. Indeed, I mean, everything is titanium white and Prussian blue. Every time I hear titanium white, I only think of Bob Ross because, like Matt mentioned yesterday, I too. One of the funniest things, dude, you said, I swear I cracked up last night even thinking about it when you're like, no, someone said, oh, did you watch Bob Ross on Twitch? Like, no.
No.
I actually watched him on television.
Yeah, TV.
Right.
Yeah.
On a channel.
On a
Public
cha-
access.
It was
Yes.
public. I was gonna say it was public
In
access.
fact, I think I had to turn the knob
It was
on
probably
the TV initially.
dial based.
The intro to the show.
Yes. Now, are they still streaming those daily? No, it's over now, right?
No, it's a cooking show.
It's a cooking thing, yeah.
Bob Ross cooking? No, I'm playing.
Legacy's loving Rob's style. PBS Channel 6, see my stat, right? I think for me it was Channel 13 where I grew up. Yes, indeed. K. Grog, sleep is a symptom of caffeine deficiency. Totally agree. Says the man who typically ingests about 12 espressos a day. Val says, she watched him on TV too, but only after you fiddled with the bunny ears. Right.
Hey.
That's an old reference, Val. Minecraft, will there be audio in Adobe stock? That is the eventual plan. There is not today. As you know, just yesterday we announced the coming of premium content on stock, which is currently limited to imagery. But we're only 1 year into Adobe stock, so there have been a lot of requests for audio. And I don't have an ETA for you, but I imagine we will hopefully try and get some of that in there sooner than later.
Let's have fun with a red octopus.
Ooh, yeah. Van Dyke Brown, Corentin, yes. Van Dyke Brown. There's so much. It's so funny. I actually was watching Miss Cookies this morning and hearing her say, so again, common colors to those who paint, but I am immediately transported. That's what I was looking for. Thank you, non-native English speaker. I was transported back. Yeah, right. To being 7, 8, 9 years old, 10 years old, watching Bob Ross on a Saturday at 6 a.m. or something, and he was just something else. And it was the combination of all things. It was the voice. It was the complete lack of a set, right? I mean, he was basically standing in a what was probably a crummy, small warehouse flanked with black curtains, standing in front of a black curtain with an easel. That's it. That was the set. I guess there were 2 cameras, one on him, one on the canvas, and it was incredible. And I did actually attempt several times to follow along. It was fun following along. The attempts, maybe not so much. But it was fun. Phthalo blue. Nice. John wants to know if you 3 consider yourselves talented.
No.
Nope. That's one of my pet peeves. I think talent is an excuse for people to say they can't do things. So they'll say, I'm not talented, so they don't even attempt it. Drawing and painting is a skill just like any other skill. You have to learn how to do it, and then you have to practice it. And if you're not willing to put in the time to practice, then you're not going to develop the skill, and nobody's going to call you talented. But I really feel like anybody can draw and paint. And it's just a skill. So you're doing Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was cut from the high school basketball team.
Yeah.
Is that because he wasn't talented as a basketball player? No, he just needed more practice. Maybe he needed to grow a little bit too, but
Great answer, man. That's we get this question actually all the time, and I think that's really essential, especially to drawing, painting, illustrating. Is that right? It's a skill you have to, and like anything, you have to learn it. Sometimes the hard way. See the bad so you can appreciate the good, and just keep doing it.
right. It's just like playing an instrument.
Right. Just keep swimming.
Right.
Swimming.
That's right. Professor B had a music instructor once tell me that the only difference in a talented person and a non-talented person is the amount of time and work it takes to get to the same result. Interesting. Do you have a special workflow for when you draw paint?
Well, I work in a lot of different media, so it's different for whatever medium I'm working in, and there's not necessarily some hidden approach that I take. I just basically get everything that I need to accomplish the task in front of me, and I sit down and try to discipline myself to get the work done. So it's not like a magical process or anything. It's work.
What was the question?
You have a process.
You have a process, workflow.
I do a lot of comps, studying the values, the composition, the colors, and then once I kind of have a pretty good idea of how the values are going to be like, and once I'm pretty confident with it, then I'll approach my final. But yeah, I do a lot of comp studies. Yeah, that's my approach.
And CBR, in answer to your response before Rob goes, yes, I'll be showing some of the new Premiere Pro and After Effects updates today. Possibly some Audition and maybe Character Animator as well. I don't think any hidden gems today, though. We'll just focus on the newer stuff. Rob's got his power back.
Yeah, got the power.
I got the power. Can a bad drawer or illustrator be a good designer?
Of course.
They gotta, well,
I'm interested in the answers to this.
it's a twist. You have to get over, when you say designer, you're gonna have to give up some creative freedom as a designer. Unless you absolutely just got your own thing. So this is a mistake that most students do when they go to school for design. They're very good at art, and they go in thinking that, hey, I can just go ahead and create what I want to create. When you're a designer, you have to become that vessel that creates that vision for the client. As an artist, yeah, you're free to create what you want to create. But as a designer, it's the vision of the client or stakeholders.
I'm just seeing. Yep, several say I'm a graphic designer, but I can't draw. Skelly really put some weight on, looking good.
Can we put some weight on? Some muscle weight?
A vendable. Yeah, it all takes hard work, but how do you get motivated to actually do something? My problem is I know that I should practice, but I'd rather spend my time watching streams.
Oh
So-
God.
Yeah. You gotta
You
have
just
the
gotta do it,
passion.
right,
I,
just have
you
the
know,
passion, right?
you,
Yeah.
life's too short. You
Right.
need to find something that you're passionate about. You need to go at it full steam.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe something rough needs to happen to you to get you motivated. Sometimes you're just too comfortable. And you're just like, I can just watch TV right now. But once you really need to work hard, or otherwise something bad is going to happen, you get some inspiration.
That's the workout complex. Like, there's folks who sit there and watch workout shows all day long, and the only thing they lift is a spoon.
Right.
Yeah.
So, just to hitchhike on what everybody else say, like, just get started. You'll be surprised where it goes once you get started.
And by the way, I hope nothing bad happens to you.
Right.
I'm just saying. Or how old is... Or we can't ask that.
Yeah, can't say.
Well, if you're young, maybe you just need some more responsibilities. And, you know, if your parents are paying for everything right now, you don't have that drive to really become the best. And once you move out and you start needing to make money, and you get a job that you hate,
That's a motivator.
yeah, that's something bad happening to you, right? You hate your job,
Yeah.
and all you can think about is drawing or painting. That'll motivate you. Now, as soon as you get home, instead of turning on the TV, you're gonna go draw, so that you can not work at your current job anymore.
Just deflate from the day. Like, dang, what happened today?
Hey, Rob, Mind Skills is asking you, will your Illustrator piece consist of closed, filled shapes?
Yes, I'm doing that now. I don't know if you can see, but I'm working with my finger now.
Yep, a couple of people said, wait, is Rob
Yeah,
filling
Apple-
with his finger? Right.
Apple Pencil, like, I'm taking it back to kindergarten right now. Yeah, finger painting. But
Now, what about that? What do you think about that? Because I'll tell you, when I was saying this to Proko last night, I've yet to find a stylus that really works for me. I haven't done much with the Apple Pencil, and again, with my limited illustration capabilities anyway. But my fingers, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm a piano man.
yeah,
I got 10.
it's a little more organic.
Oh my god. Look at this.
Oh yeah, dope.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Dope.
Very cool.
That's slash
Slap.
the floth.
Right, that's really hard to say. Wow. Beautiful. Gorgeous. But yeah, I was saying, it's like and I'm watching you do it with like amazing precision, man. I guess again, that's just a learned thing, and
I'm just used to the nature of the actual, like, I'm using the tapered brush.
oh, okay.
So I kind of
Yes.
know the rate in which
Got
it swells.
Okay. Well, that was actually my next question: is does a lot of my lack of success probably have to do with me using sort of the inappropriate brush for the tight spots I was trying to fill or draw? Probably.
And I think I was talking about this last night, but in the first Adobe Ideas, in order to get tapered lines, you had to draw the line, and then come back in with the eraser and erase it so that it tapes.
That's right.
When they first came out with the taper tool, man.
Right. It was a game changer, right?
Yeah, I was dancing.
Well, it was probably, you saved 50% of the time now. You weren't having to do that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's great advice too, because I would usually start with whatever the default brush size, whatever, just doing something, and I guess I probably didn't change them enough. And I was just having just weird results, never quite did what I wanted, and I'd be blaming my fingers.
Now, when I did teach this to students, the first 2 assignments, they had to use fingers. They weren't allowed to use any stylus at all because I didn't want that to become a crutch or excuse for them needing to create, but I can't create because I don't have a stylus.
Mm-hmm. B. Davis really digging the red and black, Rob.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, so is it time now?
Oh no.
What time is it?
Someone ready.
Is anybody ready?
I'm almost ready.
Matt looks
I'm almost
very,
ready.
very close.
Oh no. I'm trying to make some of this bleed a little bit more.
Holy cow. These are looking amazing. It's really one thing to see them on the screen, but to see them printed, and again, we've got 15 of these to give away. We've got approximately 20 minutes left before we bring up Carlos Montoya, relative of Inigo Montoya. I believe he confirmed that yesterday, correct? No, just kidding. No, it's from The Princess Bride. In 20 minutes. But, so 15 of you.
You want to
Start the drawing?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Start the hype.
The
Start
drawing.
the
Start the
hype.
height.
Yes.
So, just to reiterate, if you want to potentially win one of these illustrations, and we've got 15 to give away, you've got to be in the chat. You've got to make yourself known that you're here. Let us see you. Let's hear some love and hype for these 3 amazing illustrators, 3 amazing artists who graced us with their presence over the last couple of days, and we're so grateful to have them here on the Adobe channel here on Twitch. Octopus Hype from Alan Reed, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, so first we play for.
All right, yeah, sure, we'll do it. Yes. Okay, so we're going to play the first. Should we just do 5, 5, 5?
No, 1, 1.
1, 1, 1. Okay, making it more difficult for you. Okay, all right. So we're gonna start with Rob. Oh, there's so much hype going on right now. That's awesome. Okay, so did we decide on the final name of your piece, Rob? No. Rob. Somebody said Rocktopus, I think.
Rocktopus?
Ooh, that's a good name.
Yeah.
Like Robtopus or rock? Like, is there a rock in there?
It may have been Robtopus, and I somehow
Robtopus?
made it Rocktopus.
Robtopus? No, I don't like that one.
Rocktopus. is pretty cool. Yeah, I'm with you. I like Rocktopus. How about just...
Yeah, when you say that one again, it's not as good. Yeah.
Octopus Hyde. Now we're getting
did I
hype
get
for the
unplugged?
name. Octo-Rob. Where the hype beat notes. Trickster now. Rocktopus, Alan Reed. Okay, yeah. He's with me there. Mickey,
Okay,
Fiki,
should we
Zero.
pick one? Rob?
Yes.
Okay.
For the first one is...
This is J. Koshia 3. I guess you can see it here. It's night, but it's too late.
Yeah, it's too fast.
Oh, I can zoom in.
Oh. J. Foshia 03.
Foshia.
J. Foshia 03. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. J. Foshia.
And if they follow, they have more chances.
Yes. I think we mentioned that yesterday too, but yes, if you're also following the Adobe channel, remember there is a follow button just underneath the player. You've got more chances to win. All right.
Now for...
So J. Foshia, congratulations. All right. Now for Proko. Recreating Skelly Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Skelly's long gone.
Skelly's long gone. Right.
Check Nightbot to tell you.
Okay.
Now.
Mafalda Sanchez.
Yes.
Mafalda Sanchez. I know you're in here. We've been chatting. You are the lucky recipient.
Okay.
All right. And now for Matt's creation.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh,
Legacy of Pi.
let's see.
Legacy.
Legacy of Pi.
All right.
Pie.
Pie. What is your favorite type of pie?
One more round.
One more round.
Okay. Rob.
For Rob.
Ready?
Here it comes.
Move.
Taylor Olivas. Taylor Olivas.
Don't leave us though.
Don't leave us. Stay with us, but make yourself known. All right.
Okay.
All right, and now for Proko. A lot of love for Proko's work here. Okay.
Boom.
And it is
Leonesta.
Leonesta 15. Leonesta 15. Congratulations. I feel like I should be a little more hyped up about this. It's because I'm trying to read it.
I
And,
know. Super hard.
right. Okay.
And the bird.
All right. And the bird.
Boom.
Boom. River Moose. River Moose.
Yeah.
We were saying this morning. There's some great names in here today. River Moose. Okay.
Okay.
So that's the first 6.
Yeah.
All right. We'll come back.
Anybody ready?
Anybody ready to print?
I think I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Mine can be done.
Share, send to Photoshop.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And sent to Photoshop. Bird, speed in a second.
Wow, he's a fast typer too.
Yeah. Joni Blair. There's a lot of hype going on. All right. That's right. 6 of 15. All right. Bird is the word.
Bird
Good
is the
morning, Lisa. Now I'm thinking of Peter Griffin.
Bird.
Is Shauna
Copy
still in
and
the
paste
studio?
that hype.
Shauna's left us. Okay. Another marriage proposal for Shauna.
All right.
Okay. Purdy Birdie, says Trickster.
Thank
Dr.
you.
Mamello, that's a really nice bird.
Mamello.
No.
Bird hype. This is what's gonna start happening now.
Boy, they're
hype.
going birdie
Yeah,
birdie.
bird.
They're even getting creative with the spelling.
Bird is the hype. All right.
Yeah, we got dogs on there now.
Maddie.
I'm trying to waste your ink.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm just
Nice.
adding a lot of
That's right. Adding a lot
black.
of black, right. Paul Tranny won't be so happy. He's got to print a bunch of things soon, so that's okay. We'll get it sorted.
Yeah,
You use,
Paul,
you
what
use
up?
as much as you need to here. All right, Hoop Dreams, Tiger Technic. All right, lots of thanks and appreciation for all 3 of you guys. Rock and Robin, good one, Trickster. Tweedledee. Professor
Nature
B
bird.
says, "Give me the bird." But
I'm
no,
not giving
the
anyone the bird.
right?
Yes. Bird.
Nice. Hype us up. All right.
It's a little Magritte reference.
Mhm.
This is not a pipe.
Cool. Matt's tweet. Very nice. Good one there. Enrico Mandelli, Jordan hype.
One more.
Okay, one more round. Okay, so we've got 9 more to give away. 9 more to give away in 13 minutes. So here we go. So, for the still as yet unnamed octopus creation by Robzilla,
Okay. Now.
K Groggs. K
Yeah.
Groggs. You've been very vocal in the chat. Congratulations. You have won a signed print by Robzilla. All right. Number 2, Proko. Here we go. Yay! Jordan hype. IME95. IME95.
I am me, 95.
I am me. 95. As
You
opposed
just-
to
you be you.
Right, just be yourself. Right. As opposed to Windows 95. Okay. And for the bird is the word. Minecraft. Congratulations. All right. Getting Jordan hype, bird hype, Rob hype, octopus hype. You know what I was waiting to see in the chat, Rob. Just a certain James Bond film. I was sure it was going to pop up.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Yes.
It's better for all of us,
I'm
probably.
sure it'll come up now.
Yeah, now we're right.
Now it will.
Yeah.
James Bond.
Yeah.
Google what?
Right.
Octopus.
It's a shame they have to Google that.
That's right.
That's the people who watch Bob Ross on TV don't have to Google that.
Bird
Yeah.
hype. Octo hype.
Ross starred in one.
Every hype.
Bob Ross started.
he had the metal teeth.
Well, he was my older brother.
Right.
Oh, we're back to this again.
Yeah.
You admit it.
Well, I just had to
Yeah.
figure
Right.
out a
Finally.
way to fit
We
it in.
knew it.
Yeah.
Ah, Zovi. All right. Well, that is, it's a proper noun for a film, so you got it, and we'll leave it there. Thank you. Thank you. It made its way up.
Oh,
Ox
there
the
it
Man
is.
has made it in. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Dr. Memeo has turned it into a French word, apparently. I won't read it. It sounds slightly perverse, but that was good. That was good. 8 tentacles of hype. Dr. Memeo. Very good.
I feel an affinity.
Ah, very
Burn
nice. It's Ren the Bard. Hippity hype. Okay. So we've got 10 more minutes now. The first bird print is nearly done.
Do one more round.
Yeah, we've got 6 more to go, right? Okay, let's do it because we've got just under 10 minutes now. Okay. And for Rob's octopus. When Anthony was. All right, congratulations, when Anthony was. All right. Okay, for Jordan hype.
Oh,
Alan Reed. Congratulations, Alan. All right. Someone said they've got 14 seconds left of battery. We got to get this going. All right. Okay, and for the bird. That's bird. Dude 75. The Dude 75. All right, congratulations. Are we just about done? Two more seconds on the print here. Okay. Ooh, I can't wait to see. These will be shipped to you in these sort of long tubes. And when you actually feel the stock that this is on the paper, these are true frameable signed originals. They're really, really wonderful. True unique treasures created by 3 masters here on twitch.tv/Adobe. There you go, he says. Dang. You're very welcome, Dude 75. Mailing tubes. Tubes. All right.
Tubies.
All right. Anik, hype. Anik is hyping more and more. All right. D. Patrick, love the bird the most, Matt.
Thank you, D. Patrick. As opposed to the shallow Patrick out there.
All right. K50, them skills. Nice. Thanks to all the artists. Okay, getting a lot of love for you guys. These are tubsticles. Tubesticles. I write children's songs, so I make up a lot of words all the time. Lots of.
Not like some of the words.
Not
that
like
you're
some of the
reading
words I'm reading now or not reading. But
Call it Red October.
Ooh,
Ooh, that's a good one.
that's a good one.
Red October. Let's go.
Oh, I love the hat on it.
Maybe do it with a K so you don't get into a licensing issue. There you
Yeah.
go. All right.
Yeah.
October. Whoa. All right. Here it is, Matt.
Oh, wow. That's really large. There you go.
And there you are. So we're going to have all of these signed. Moving so fast, all this typing. I know. Type easy.
And you can't see this, but the texture of the paper,
yeah.
That
you
looks
know, where I
great.
painted
Yeah.
with the brush,
Yeah.
looks like, watercolor paper.
Yeah, it really does.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty amazing.
Deepen in my shadows, and I think I'm ready.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
A couple more minutes for you,
too.
Proko. Okay.
Yeah.
Rob will do the same
Oh,
thing
yours
to
is
Illustrator.
great.
Yeah, you can take one.
Okay. Yeah.
He will send you the file.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I see. You want me to? How can I
This is
do it?
fast. Guys, they're absolutely. I mean,
Well,
there's so
show
much
them.
hype for your illustrations. This,
Yeah, it's going really fast.
this is really cool. You know. I lost audio. How do you know if you won?
Read lips.
Of cats and cards. Not yet, my friend, unfortunately. But we have 3 more to go, Michael?
Yeah,
Or
another round?
we have 1 more round or 2 more rounds?
One more.
One more. Oh, this is the last round.
Yeah.
Oh
Here we
boy.
go.
Okay.
Let's do it.
5 minutes. Last round. Okay. For Rob's octopus. Here we go. Ox the Man. Ox the Man, you have won Rob's octopus illustration.
Was fast.
Okay. Lots of great Mississippi River artists. True. Favorite artist from Mississippi? Mississippi John Hurt. Okay. Are we ready for number 2?
Yes.
Proko, all right. Looking amazing here. Proko hype, it's coming in, it's coming in.
Boom.
Boom. Axe Theodora. Axe Theodora, okay.
Okay.
Thought I was reading that wrong at first, okay. Axe Theodora. Ox the man. That's what threw me off. Ox and axe, right? Okay. Excellent, okay. Excellent. Okay, and the bird.
Boom.
John Mikel. All right. Very active in the chat. Awesome. Congratulations. So cool. Ha ha ha. Yes. It pays to speak up in the chat. All right. This is awesome. So much hype. So much love. No one's getting blocked for hyping too much because they're doing just the right amount. Genius.
You can overhype, so you encourage them to hype, but keep it.
But you have to keep, yes,
You have
because
to-
otherwise the Nightbot will step in.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yes, you can be timed out temporarily. Bird is the hype. Bird hype, Jordan hype, octopus hype. And really, those are kind of the 3 building blocks of life. Birds, basketball. I'm trying to think of a B for octopus, but I can't, so maybe it's just silent octopus.
Is yours getting printed already?
I'm on my personal account, so
We will print yours.
Oh, okay.
All right. You ready?
Uh,
You ready?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Let
I
it
guess
go?
so. I guess so.
Let it
There's
go.
so much more I want to do to it, but
I have to stop.
Red octopus.
Love the background.
Yeah.
Looks awesome.
Yeah, the background's fantastic.
Yeah.
The whole thing's fantastic.
Ugh.
How do you feel about it?
it's all right.
I can see in your
There's
eyes.
so much. It's a sketch. Whatever. This would be like people were asking about the process. This would be like my concept sketch, you know, and then I would take that and I would
Yeah.
start on the final after this, because there's just so much that I want to fix, but
Now let me ask
Whatever.
you, if you were doing this with traditional mediums, like what would be the fundamental difference look-wise if you were doing this with traditional tools?
well,
versus
I wouldn't be able to do this so quickly, I don't think,
digital? Right. Okay.
with traditional, because like I don't know, I'm switching between watercolor and pencil and marker.
Sure.
And I don't have to wait for the watercolor to dry to go back on top with pencil, and it does kind of let you explore and work very fast, and you can undo.
Yes.
That's all
best
I meant.
eraser in the world.
That's right.
That's
if
pretty
only
good.
We just need the life undo.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
That's right.
The best eraser in the
Not
world.
all. Just things you've done. Oh, John McHale still got 14%. All right, and see, it hung on because it knew. It somehow knew that your name would be called.
14%
It
is
said
plenty.
it's sent.
That's right.
Plenty.
Not on my old iPhone.
Oh, no.
That's when it went to 20%.
Yeah, you're
I
done.
have like 5 minutes left, you know. So yes, are we doing more of these? So now tomorrow, what's our lineup tomorrow?
I'm with Alice Lee.
You're with Alice Lee tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Matt will be with Alice. Rob will be with Sean in the morning. That's right.
Alice Lee will join us.
Right. Okay. Excellent. So Alice Lee will be here with Matt and Proko tomorrow.
I'm not here tomorrow.
You're not here tomorrow.
Nope.
Oh, that's right, because you're going off to VidCon.
I am.
All right. So if you're at VidCon this week,
Say hello. Don't be shy.
accost this man. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
He will be there. Ooh, maybe we could print some extras and you could give them out. if anyone's there.
Yes.
Who is going to
Yeah. Who's gonna be
VidCon?
there?
Who's going to be at VidCon? Anybody in the chat? Travis will be there. Oh, excellent. Oh, okay. Did he leave? Is that? Oh, nice. Okay. Sandwich Man got bread. What's up? Hello, Anik again.
Looks like nobody's gonna be there.
So no one's there.
Nobody's
Interesting.
saying they're going.
Interesting. All right, people.
Like I'm not.
You can ask.
How
I'm
long
not.
till 1 p.m. in
Oh,
the US?
me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So where is everybody from in our
Miracle.
last minute? All right. Slice Media, you're going to be at IBC though. I will be there too. I will see you there. How long till 1 p.m. in the US? 1 minute. So we must have our switchover. So, for myself, Michael, all of us here at Adobe, thank you, Matt. Thank you, Proko. Thank you, Rob, again
Yeah.
for joining us, for bestowing upon us your amazing artistic abilities. Thank you, chat, for being so active. Thank you, mods, for doing everything that you do for us. And
Finch.
I think we're, shall we? Is it time, Michael? Okay, so we're going to take a quick break. We're going to bring Carlos up, and we will see you back in just a few moments. All right, thanks, everybody.